Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft video on a Minecraft Monday. GOP Michael here. I was trying to record a video on a server, and I'm just really bad at PvP. Like, there's no way anything good is going to be coming out of that. I recorded a video with one of my friends, but my audio has been really glitchy, so unfortunately the audio has been lost for that. There's no hope in returning any of that. So I decided instead of doing anything on a server or anything, I would actually show you guys what I've been working on. I am on a server, which sounds kind of dumb, but it's a survival server that my friends and I from school are on. There's about 6 other people, I think, that play on here. It's been deserted for a couple weeks because usually we get into it for a while and then we just kind of step out. So I thought I'd start in my second house and show you guys what I did. I'm sure that by the title you guys are expecting to see a communistic society. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So hi, this is my old house. You'll understand why it's my old house. It's actually nice. People thought that I built it in creative mode, but it took me a fat minute to build this, and I did. And I put chickens in it. But yeah, this was my kind of my house that I really designed and really like tried to care about every pattern. So it's pretty cute. It's kind of deserted now. I've been here in a while. I just kind of came here because I thought it'd be fun to start the video here. But hopefully, um, yeah, hopefully it'll just, I don't know what I'm even saying. For the audio, just one more time, I'll have the audio fixed so you guys can hear what I'm hearing, probably by next week. I have an old friend. I just heard a weird Minecraft sound. I literally hate those. Literally, I can't even hear myself talk. Let's just turn down the volume. If you guys aren't going to hear it, I'm not going to hear it. So basically, this server was kind of a city that my friends and I made. I didn't play a lot with them. I kind of played on my own a lot because I don't know, I had work and other things. So which sounds really stupid because literally the person that owns the server I used to work with him, the exact same place. But like I don't know, I just never really had time to like come on and play with people. So my first house originally was that, but that obviously, oh, there's the pause. That obviously looks like a really big pain in the ass to like get up and down from, which it is. We're playing in 1.14 by the way. So I made this house, surrounded it by some shrubs and stuff. Had some cookies out for everyone. But now it's not turned into a residential house, it's turned into an embassy for the Soviet Union that I made. Fun fact, I really am obsessed with like the Soviet Union and like Russian. I learn a lot of languages, and Russian's definitely one that I've been very, very, very passionate about learning and such. So I thought that'd be fun to make like a communistic society, and I'll kind of explain to you some communistic rules that we have in a society when we get there. It's nighttime. So yeah, real quick, that's kind of like the main entrance to my house. Entouring it is just these spruce leaves. We are using the to the bone texture pack, I believe, for 1.13. I don't think it's up to date to 1.14. That's why everything looks a little different, but I think it looks nice and simple. Behind it, I built some farm and such, but I'm not really going to show you guys much of this city since it's kind of what everyone else did. I would rather show you guys what I've been doing for the past, honestly, probably maybe even like a little bit over a week. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. But start here. The owner of the server, my friend, his name is Jonathan, told me to start building stuff. People weren't playing on it. He's paying for the server. Like, just build stuff, you know. So I've definitely done that. The server's also kind of laggy sometimes. I get kicked off when I join at first. So hopefully nothing bad will really happen like that. But I played 95% in survival. I've used creative a little time to navigate certain things. But you'll see I did most of this like by hand. It took a lot of different techniques I used and a lot of waiting, but I finally did it. So let's just kind of start from this house, from the embassy house that I made. I want to be an international affairs major, so I thought it'd be kind of funny if we did embassy houses in this city and my city. Um, I have this path that leads to a couple places and the Soviet Union that I made. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of follow it. It took me about a day and a half to make this path, but I think it turned out pretty good. Stay away from that guy. Um, so yeah, and also I was really poor when I like got on last week because I wasn't playing a lot. Everyone else had diamonds, and I was like at iron. I barely had iron. So I'm kind of glad that I was able to find a mine, occupy the mine, and use it. I'm not even really done with it yet. So, yeah, these paths I made. I first made this path going up the hill, thinking the hill would be elevated still, but since it's not, I just kind of connected them. Um, this kind of tells you where you're going, and you slowly go into the spruce forest. Um, you have my friend, he made like an Airbnb down this path, and then my city goes down this path. You cut through the spruce forest, although you could go around the oak and such, but I thought it'd be nice to go around here. To this side we have a birch forest, which actually came in very handy. You're going to see why. I used a lot of birch trees. At one point the city was kind of filled with them until I deleted each of them after I harvest them and stuff. So that's how, if you're wondering, I got all this birch. It took a long time to do that. I did that with spruce too as well. But if you go down the path, you can kind of see. If you look at like my toolbar, we have diamond stuff. We have lots of food. There's the town, kind of. It's still definitely new. Oh God, die. It's definitely new. Not a lot's been built there, but I thought adding immigration policy to it would also be kind of an interesting aspect. At the old town, lots of my friends were angry with how, um, I guess angry. I don't know. That's just what he kind of said. They were kind of revolting against him, so I kind of decided to take it one step further and become a separatist of his town, a named town, and build my own. So hi, how are ya? It first started out to be really small, and then I really expanded it throughout this area. Um, so yeah, when you cross over here on this little bridgey bridge, we have the entrance to the town. Um, Claim territoire of the Soviet Union, and then basically it says the same thing in Russian. It says Sovietsky Territoria Novoi Respublik, which is just Soviet territory, new republic, or of the new republic. So I did also add some languages and stuff because I really like language. And I fenced in this area thinking that this would be kind of what I was going to work with at first. And then I found a flatter area down here, which you're going to find out where all those birch trees went. Which kind of went into this giant fence that surrounds this whole area. Also, if you notice, I made a little Soviet Union flag up there, flew up there, got the wool, and kind of stole. Honestly, without that town back there, I wouldn't have been able to make all this because I kind of took their animals and like sheared them and stuff. I don't have a lot of livestock. I should probably work on that. But there's this weird horse with half a body over there. No idea where he's from, but he's here. So when you enter, I made a pretty elaborate, not really that elaborate, but a pretty interesting little path system, so you can kind of come down depending on where your house is and such. And then I'm going to go through the buildings. I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys what I've been doing since there's not really a lot I wanted to do tonight. But it's about 11 p.m. At least it's not 4 a.m. like last week. Am I right? So the first building I built, which in USSR, SSSR, Union Soviétique or Soviet Union, is the State House, or the Dom Gosud. Oh, hold on, that's an interesting one. Gosudarstva? I don't know. I know the Cyrillic alphabet. When the words get too long, I can't. So this is like the State House, basically, House of the State, that I made just to kind of live in and stuff at first. But now it's just kind of an official house. Maybe somewhere where people who don't have houses yet could bunk a little bit. I don't think I have very much. Yeah, not a lot. Just a smoker, craft table, and a stone cutter. So yeah, also the stone cutter is really cool. I don't know if there's ever been a block in vanilla Minecraft except for like lava and water and like the Nether portal and the Ender portal, but I don't think there's ever been anything really that animated. So that's kind of cool. I don't know, it's kind of like weird, but yeah, anyways, so it's just a really simple house. I had to build it along the path because I made these paths before I built anything. That's kind of, if you notice, this is the circle of the town. This is the literal center. Everything else kind of goes into a circle, if you kind of look at all the paths connecting. Oh, and then I have these little sectors. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm pretty sure at least half, if not more, are farm. So that's why I have so much food. Especially if you're on here for a long time, you can just keep harvesting it. The server, I've learned, does not continue to grow or do day cycles, I believe, unless you're online. It just kind of goes into a suspended mode. Um, So basically, that's something interesting too. Here's a visitor center for visitors, which will be conveniently located at this building. You will find out what it is in a minute. This definitely has. I was going to do some information about the Soviet Union, but I thought that's really nerdy. That's some nerdy shit, so don't. And I did some immigration stuff. Basically, if you want to immigrate, I have some rules and such about that. Basically contribute. I mean, I try to make it a little bit communist, or maybe not really even communist, because even the Soviet Union wasn't communist. I mean, the USSR stood for the Union of Socialist Satellite Republics. It was a socialist state, just branded as a communist state. There wasn't, you know, there was money still in the society and such, and there was enough there to keep it socialist and not communist. Although Sweden, it's projected by 2023 to become a totally cashless society, which is interesting on how they're going to label themselves after that. So, anyways, how much string do I have? I want to make a new bow. I have 3, I could. And I want to show you guys, maybe doing a little mining and just talk to about the channel later on in this video. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been. So then, yeah, that's the visitor center. This last building, just like the very first one that you guys saw, is a embassy for my friend's town. I made it pretty tall. I wanted it to be like something tall. So it has 2 layers. This first one doesn't exactly have anything in it, but the second one is just like if they're visiting, if it's nighttime, if they don't have a lot of stuff, if they need somewhere to sleep it off, like just stay here. Empty chests. So yeah, that was interesting to kind of have that there at least. I don't even know if he like has my friend has been on here. I don't know if anyone's been on here since I've started doing this. So like I don't even know if they know about what's been going on the server. But hi, I'm a separatist. I succeeded. Coming up here, I built this yesterday. I built another portal and I put iron around it simply because when I went in there, there was Enderman, creepers, zombies. There was like way too many mobs in there. I have no idea how there's one of course back there at the old town, but I spawned really close to where people were building and stuff. And it was interesting because I thought it was far away enough because I think 1 block on the overworld's like 8 or something. Um, in the underworld, like 1 block in the underworld's like 8 here. I don't know. It was far enough, but apparently it wasn't because let's see if you can push this guy off. Because there was still like stuff there, so oh he fell off. Anyways, and then the last building, of course, is my house. I like the shrubs. I don't really know why I like the shrubs, but I've just added them in the last couple houses. So when you walk in, I also like the black stained windows and stuff, and I got the dye. There was a beautiful sunflower patch back at the entrance with all the spruce fence. So there was also abundance of dyes in lots of the forest. It was kind of lucky that we're at an intersection between a few biomes. There's definitely a lot of resources to use. So here's my dog, named after my real dog, Salsa. Storage, 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 storage. I like the barrels, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of stuff to put in yet. I've only been here for about a week. And then here's the bedroom. I used scaffolding his little nightstands. I thought it was kind of cute. And there actually should be stuff in here. Yeah. And I wonder what chest I used to put my iron in here. Cool. Alrighty. Well, guess we can just kind of put all that in there. And let's put the gold. I mean, not gold, iron in there. Cool, awesome. Okay, cool. So that's basically the village. But definitely it took a very long time to carve this all out. It was a plain, so it was fairly accessible. The mountains were around it, so it was a pretty neutral and leveled area. But as you can see, I had to cut through a lot of it back here in order to get it all flat and perfectly flat. Also, all these areas here were a pain in the ass to cut down all the grass, and also in these sectors, this one, like this one, any sectors that have been unused, or before like my house and the visitor center, these were all used for tree farming. I mass produced trees as fast as possible. God, it was just a nightmare trying to get bone meal and stuff, trying to get them all to grow, but luckily I was occupied enough with other things to where it was able to grow fast enough, and then I went through so many axes. Oh my god, it was a nightmare. But finally I kind of had enough to build up the wall, which did take a long time to. It took few days to build this. I try to make it 3 by 3 everywhere, so there wouldn't be necessarily a weak point except spiders. Mobs do still spawn here, although I put torches. And then I think the strongest point of this whole thing is literally this post right here is 4 because of this incline, which I could have honestly cut it down, but whatever. Um, my mine right here, which is technically not in the area, I would love to put it in fence. It does have a sign on it. We'll get to that in a minute. That's kind of the last part. Oh, of course I do that to my pickaxe. But then over here, so I think that the texture pack's broken because that horse is invisible that we were seeing, and then there was some llamas, Jay, chilling with leads, and I was very confused. They despawn, unfortunately, but I kept right-clicking in the air, and it said wandering trader or merchant or villager, I don't know. So I think the villager didn't have a skin, and that's why he was invisible, but the llamas somehow weren't. um, so that was very interesting. I've yet to take that down, but I probably will. I don't know. I'm lazy. And then the last thing I did, which I was kind of thinking about reasons why people want to move here. The basic rule is to contribute to the society, and you can use anything. Basically, I mean, that's kind of what communist is like you give and you get, like you give what you can and take what you need. So that's kind of why I base a lot of it off of the circle. The center of the circle, I think, has the most nourishment and necessities. Also, a lot of accessible buildings, and because I don't want any international issues regarding the other town, because they do like to joke and grief and stuff, building. Also, I thought it'd just be something. I'm gay, so that's kind of why too. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've done so far. I definitely need to fill in these. I want to do a couple more recreational buildings. But for now, I have some friends definitely that I think I want to like play with on here. They can join and stuff. But then we'll get to this mine I found. It's a Soviet occupied mine. It's kind of a drop, honestly, but it's really, really cool once you get down there. Let's eat some bread, and I'll show you guys what I've been doing. It's definitely, I've taken the most random routes, and I die a lot, and keep inventory is on, luckily. That's, like, one of the only cheats we've allowed, because we all are kind of shitty. So, like, you kind of can get all the help you need. Let's get this guy. But, yeah, I mean, this cave is expansive, which is really nice. I don't think he's gonna bother me. And the lighting was not that bad at first because there was all this lava. So there was definitely kind of an advantage, and it's also a really viable reason I think for why people would want to have a place here. I allowed for the other people that live in the other city like a dual citizenship status, as long as they kind of adhere to the rules here, which is just kind of not really, people that visit are, I don't really think are allowed to touch the resources and such. I think I want to apply to those socialist rules in a way, but then by keeping, better international affairs than the Soviet Union actually did. Um, I thought that'd be kind of interesting to implement that dual citizenship status so people can and are invited to join, even if they have other obligations in the game. Wow, I'm really gay talking about Minecraft like it's actual real world. But here we are. And then yeah, the mine, I've kind of explored it. But there's so many cavities in it, like honestly, it's kind of ridiculous. But I've definitely found diamond. I found a lot. Oh God. There we go. And you're dead. You're done. You're done. You're done. I don't like skeletons. I feel like they're kind of overpowered now. But yeah, basically that's just kind of what I've been doing. I think that, comment if you guys think that if I've implemented some decent Soviet customs into the game. I think I definitely have. I'm not a communist in real life. I'm actually conservative. So if you guys are wondering if I'm like a crazy like communist or anything, not that all communists are crazy, but like I'm not. Um, just to I don't know put that on the record, but it's interesting. I think I love the culture. I love the aesthetic. I love the life of the people. In many situations that the socialism was actually less sexist and less oppressive in some ways. Women were treated less as commodities and more as people, and entertainment was highly valued in any of the satellite republics of the Soviet Union in the 80s. um, which is a it's a very nice, interesting thing that I think the United States has definitely lost touch of its value in its people, education, art. We're a very big capitalist machine, which is interesting. Being conservative, you'd think you'd support, um, capitalism and such, which I do to an extent. But also sometimes it's just not the best method in all the ways, and sometimes there can be too much. Sometimes you just have to have a balance. So those are some views I'll be talking about. I don't know how political I want to get now, purely because views are always changing and such. But I definitely want to do something with politics on this channel. I used to have a political channel, and it just was like a nightmare. Lots of people with differing opinions from my school had a lot to say about my opinions, and lots of the times not in a very respectful way. So it'll be interesting seeing how things work. I guess 3 years later, I mean, that was freshman year I was doing that, so I think, or was that sophomore? I think that was sophomore year. It'll be interesting seeing how thoughts converge, or even if they want to put the effort in trying to argue. I think will also be an interesting thing. So yeah, I don't know. Politics, very interesting game. Let's try to get through here. I've never been in this part, so I'm actually not sure if this is a disappointment or not. Anything down here we might want. There's some iron. Yeah, so anyways, that's just kind of, I'm not exactly sure how long this has been going. This has at least been going for 10 minutes. I think it's been going on for maybe 15. I don't know. I'm kind of shitty at estimating. So, yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe I'll get all this iron in here and then call it a day. But yeah, I guess we can talk about my channel a little bit. I said I would do that earlier in the video. But yeah, I'll be doing these game videos with guests very frequently on Mondays. I had a video recorded. It was actually pretty fun too, but unfortunately, the audio didn't record. My input and output systems, my aggregate devices were not what they used to be. I kind of just did it off of memory, and obviously I did not remember it correctly, so I definitely need to go in and kind of fix that. Um, but besides that, I think that things will be good. I'm gonna probably record my first video tonight. I want to record it on illnesses that hostages get, mental illnesses. There's a few different syndromes in which you can accumulate that I thought would be interesting to talk about. My friend and I had this very long talk about sex trafficking because it's actually pretty prevalent where I live. There's a lot of sex trafficking, and police have came to schools and businesses and taught people how to tell if someone's getting trafficked or not. So it's a problem. I live in the middle of the United States, so we're actually at a place where it's pretty easy to get people from one side to the other. Um, and I think it was an estimated 30 to 60% of homeless youth are put into sex trafficking or trading within the first 48 hours that they are homeless, which is very mind staggering. And there's a lot of apps and such too that are very toxic that people use to traffic people, and it's not even young girls, it can be really anyone. So I think in that video we're going to be talking about trafficking, how to keep safe, and different syndromes people can get in hostage situations. Because those are some interesting topics. They're not that political. Everyone kind of has the same idea. Like sex trafficking is a no-no. If you think it's a good thing, go fuck yourself. Um, but ooh, I'm gonna die. Love that. But yeah, I guess we'll just end the video here. Um, yeah, I got a decent amount of stuff. I guess we can just kind of throw it in real quick and end the video here. So cool. Thank you all so much for tuning into another week of this. Don't really know what I'll be doing next week. Hopefully a video with my friend, who I've been making videos with. We started making videos, God, 7 years ago? 7 years ago, I think. So there will definitely be some context and such about that. And I would love to do some commentary videos too with voiceovers. So let me know if you guys be interested in that. Because I don't know, I don't really know what to do with my face on the camera all the time, so maybe that'd be kind of better to suffice everyone's needs. Give something to work on while talking. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video, And oh, took a screenshot. And I will see you all in the next video that you watch. Yep, have a good night.